Splitting with the Marlins is not better than getting swept by the Dodgers. I'd rather get swept by the Dodgers.
Well, they win every game. Anyway, that's the redoubtable one himself. Thomas J. is without question 100 million at you. Welcome back to IDD. For those of you know, I don't disagree. Segment 2, starting with a little bit of baseball here. The Mets, who got a split over the weekend, find themselves in the last wild card spot. Well, the Sox are now 1 game back after getting swept by the best team in baseball, who was, by the way, shorthanded, but it didn't matter because even their shorthanded team is better than most teams in full-handed teams.
Are you sure they're the best team in baseball?
Yep, I am.
I think the Phillies are.
No, the Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. The Dodgers.
That's a good point.
The Dodgers injured, swept the Red Sox. Be very clear about this.
Yeah, but saying the Dodgers injured, I mean, they still got people up and down that line.
You can't argue with Mookie Betts. He's an MVP candidate, or at least he was until he got hurt. So that's the leadoff hitter right there. Ohtani hit one that hasn't landed yet against him in Game 3. It was a 9-6 slug out. I mean, the Sox competed. They could have won 2 of those 3 games. I'm not that upset. Because going across the country,
that first game when they were winning 1-0
in the 8th, the guy hits the grand slam in the 8th. And who was the guy? I don't even know who that fucking guy was. That's how deep the Dodgers are.
Who that guy was? No, that's
the first baseman. No,
potentially their best hitter, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie for the first baseman.
He's that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a Make-A-Wish thing. Well, he's the other guy. No one even talks. I never heard his fucking name before.
No, Freddie Freeman is one of the best first basemen in the league.
When I saw him in the All-Star game, then I was like, oh. Okay, that's the first time I noticed him.
Lefty.
Yeah, lefty. So,
see, I know him because he came up as a Brave, and he just smacked the Mets around for 10 years. And then
LA,
the Dodgers stole him.
LA fashion, bought him. Fuck it, buy it. So.
Well, apparently the Braves kind of botched that a little bit.
They probably did.
Like, they hesitated, and he was like,
why?
What the fuck?
That's dumb. That's dumb. But anyway, they're not the only dumb franchise out there. Boston, for letting him go. But, I mean... Anyway, still.
Look, Boston did not get embarrassed.
No.
That's a tough series.
They could have won 2 of those 3 games very
games.
easily. They were ahead late. Then Kelly Jansen blew the save in game. That was the second save I've seen him blow this year. So, again, I can't.
Is that the one where Will Smith hit a bomb or something?
Yeah, they tied it off him. It went to 11. They ended up losing 7-6 and 11.
The thing that annoyed me is that they walked Will Smith to load the bases to face Freddie Freeman in the 8th inning of that first game.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
I mean, I guess Will Smith is having a great year. Maybe it was a lefty thing, but walk the bases loaded to pitch to potentially the best first baseman in baseball.
The Dodgers injured are good enough to sweep a playoff team out of the American League East. I might add.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I got the East Coast bias.
I'm mad, but I'm only so mad. Now, they were down 4-0 tonight. They came back. They're in at the Donnie with the Rockies in the 7th. See what they do. Segueing to the Mets, who split with the formerly pretty good team from Florida.
Who peed rather than pooped.
They peed. They didn't poop.
Although they pooped, but it wasn't a prolonged poop. So coming out of the break, did we already talk about this or no?
The difference between a what and a what?
No, the Mets. I couldn't remember if we had talked about this on air or not. Of course we hadn't. But to lose that first game, that Friday out of the jump, really sucked. When they went down 4-0, then 5, then came back and still lost. That was a pooping. Mm-hmm. Then they won a game, and it was like, okay, well they win the next one, then we'll get a split. Nope, they lost the next one. But they didn't lose 3 out of 4. No. Thank God.
Nope. That's what I'm saying.
They have the same record they had out of the break.
If everything goes wrong and they split, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Because pretty much everything went wrong.
So that's why I said it could have been a pooping.
It could have been.
But they reversed it. It was just a wedding.
Just a wedding.
And now they go to the Bronx to play the Yanks.
Who just bent over Tampa Bay today, 9-1.
Yeah, but who also pooped coming out of the break?
They did.
They lost 2 out of 3 to
the Red Sox haven't lost a real lot of ground here, given they got swept.
Yeah.
And of course, the fucking Kansas City draws the worst team in baseball, Chicago. The White Sox, the shit Sox, and
did the Yankees split?
Of course, they sweep them. So KC gets a gift right out of the fucking. We get the Dodge, they get the fucking White Sox. I'm gonna fucking break with that. That's fucking ridiculous.
Who got the White Sox?
Kansas City, who was behind us, but is now ahead of us because of that. Because
did they sweep them?
Of course they did. They're fucking awful. The team's fucking god awful.
That's a shame.
They're one of the worst teams in recent memory right now. They're on pace for that. Forget the Oakland A's. These guys are worse than the Oakland A's. You know how bad you have to be worse than the Oakland A's right now?
Don't say that. You'll be haunted by that phrase in September when they beat the Red Sox. I'm just kidding. That's just how baseball fucks with you sometimes.
If that happens, then the Red Sox don't deserve it. Because both those teams blow the Pope. I'm sorry. So the fucking thing is, like, no fucking way you can be as bad as that team is right now. It's amazing they haven't fired the owner. You can't fire the owner. But I mean, the thing is, like...
Fire the owner!
Well, no, but they're that fucking bad.
Yeah.
You've seen them. You've laughed at them just like I have. So, everybody's laughing at them. But yet, and again, Kansas City...
They're no worse than the Marlins,
Kansas City understands. They go, fuck it, we better sweep these motherfuckers. They do what they're supposed to do.
They're no worse than the Marlins, right?
They're worse than the Marlins.
Are they?
Uh-huh.
What's their record?
They have the worst record in baseball right now.
What is it?
It's like 26 and something.
Oh, God.
It's awful. It's putrid.
The Marlins have like 33 wins.
Yeah, they're 7 games worse than the Marlins.
That's bad.
You know you're bad. Even Tom's going, shit, that is bad.
That's really bad.
That's really bad. They're bordering on atrocious.
That's sad. 27 and 74.
Yeah. They must have won tonight.
God, they're worse than Oakland.
Yeah, I just said this.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You said they're worse than Oakland?
Yeah. I said, you know how bad you have to beat them? They're worse than the Oakland A's?
No, I didn't hear you say that. I thought you were talking about the Marlins.
Once again, Big Pipey. Big Pipey. MVP.
Yeah, the Marlins are the second worst.
Big Pipey, again, 3 for 3 out of the gate tonight. Big Pipey.
I thought I said Marlins, not...
I said, you know how bad you have to be, I was talking about Chicago, to be worse than the Oakland A's. And that's where they are right now.
They are.
They are. And Kansas City knew it and took advantage of it.
By a long shot.
By a long shot. they're.
I mean,
said
Oakland's
they're one of the
39 and 62. They are 27 and 74.
Huh.
Shit.
I'm telling you, they are
That's
the worst.
That's almost 50 games under.
They are one of the worst teams in recent memory right now. That's what they're on pace to be.
They are 50 games under 500.
Oh, it's the All-Star break. It's only the All-Star. There's still 70 games left or whatever it is. So,
sheesh.
What the fuck? I mean, and they just get swept out of the gate. Of course, you know. What the fuck? So, yeah. That team's going to look drastically different next spring.
I didn't realize the Rockies
next
were
spring.
that
bad. But anyway, switching gears to the NFL.
The Rockies are one of the worst.
I know. The Red Sox better not fucking...
The Red Sox will beat them. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, yes, he says that. Oh, they just gave up a granny.
They didn't give up a granny, but it's 5-4.
There it is.
No!
Jinx Award.
No!
Jinx
it was
Award.
already there.
Jinx Award. You said, oh, wait, ooh.
Yeah, I didn't even say it. It already happened.
You just saw it, America.
You can't blame that on me. It had already happened.
Vintage Tom Izzo.
It had already happened.
We don't know that.
I was looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 4-4.
Because I pulled it up and I was like, oh, the Red Sox will win. No, actually. Up 5-5.
No.
Maybe I just brought them a bit of luck there.
Keep
Home run by no less than Wong. What's this guy's
catcher
name?
Wong? He's awesome too. It's amazing. They got a really good young line.
Where do they find these
I don't know where
guys?
they found them, but they're good. At least so far, they're good. They're a game out of the last wild card, so they're good. Let's see if they can win this one tonight. It's a shootout right now, 5-5.
5-5 in the top of the eight in Colorado.
Yeah. So anyway,
balls are flying out.
We'll obviously keep you updated on this one.
Devers ground out.
But we're switching gears to the NFL. Training camps have begun. The Kansas City hype train has already started. I'm already throwing up in my mouth. Going to have 60
Can't
days.
believe they got that receiver.
60 days of how great the Chiefs are going to be. That's what we're going to hear for the next 60 fucking. How great the Chiefs are going to be. Huh.
How many teams didn't draft a guy that ran a 6 point or a 4.2?
About everybody. I don't know. But
Think he's going to be really good?
yes, because he has the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
And he has an offensive coordinator who's the best offensive coordinator in the league, for being honest. So you think Andy Reid won't figure out how to deploy him? He already has figured out how to deploy him. So, yeah, that kid stays healthy, he's going to be a problem. So, and the thing is that the Chiefs shouldn't have, the last 2 Super Bowls, they should have lost both of them. So, look, the thing is this. Before we get into the idiocy that is the New England Patriots, you know, there are, to me, the Houston Texans, who are still not getting enough credit, and neither is C.J. Stroud for that matter. They're coming. I believe they're coming. And to me, they're the biggest threat to Kansas City because they don't give a shit. They just don't. D'Amico Ryans, their coach, is one of those types of coach. He's a former linebacker that doesn't give a shit. Doesn't. He's like if Mike Vrabel's like that, doesn't give a shit. And that gives you a serious edge when your coach is like that. Never mind the fact they got a lot of talent, a lot of young talent. They got to the playoffs. They won a game last year, so they're coming. Don't sleep on them. Jim Harbaugh. Did you see this today? With the whole Lamar Jackson shit, the criticism.
John Harbaugh
standing up for him, which I have a problem with a coach standing up for a player, but for the love of Christ.
Stephen A was saying. Stephen A was agreeing. Was like.
Stephen A was one of the ones that was criticizing him.
Well, he was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Nobody criticizes him unfairly.
No,
they just say that he hasn't won a Super Bowl, which he hasn't."
Who was the number one seed in last year's playoffs? It's Baltimore. Baltimore lost at home to Kansas City. He got outplayed. And then Harbaugh got outcoached, for being honest. So it's just that the shoe fits Harbaugh. You should be getting just as much criticism for your donkeyness.
But
you had the better team and blew it.
But Stephen A was just saying, like, nobody's critical of, like, what he can do. We've all seen him do great things. He's got 2 MVPs, but, like, all we say is, well, you got to do it when you got to
do it in the playoffs where your bones are made.
Playoffs is where you got to do it.
Yeah, this is every sport. That's when your bones are made in the postseason. He has come up short. Twice he's been the 1 seed.
Is that what you wanted to talk about, though?
No. But we should talk about. We're going around the NFL. We'll get to the Giants. This will give you some time to figure out something you want to nitpick about it, but there's already something there. But the thing is, he's not getting unfairly criticized.
Yeah.
He is not. Everything that he has gotten fair has been fair. And he's been given a lot of slack. And I'm not saying he shouldn't have been because he didn't have a great receiving core, really. And I don't know how great, but he has a better one now than he's had in the past. So they were the number 1 seed. They should have won the Super Bowl last year. They couldn't get out of their own way. They pooped themselves against the Chiefs. Poop, 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 poop. And that starts with the coaching staff. It was totally the wrong game plan. We talked about it ad nauseum. Okay, last winter, they gift wrapped that for them. They just outthought it. They outthought themselves. So, but that's the
Wasn't there a really big fumble in that game?
I don't know, but their game plan, their approach to that whole thing was ridiculous. It just didn't make sense. It just flew in the face of what they should have done, what everybody was saying they should have done. Every expert, because it was obvious, and they didn't take. Instead they tried to beat them doing what they were hoping they would throw the ball more, instead of run it down their fucking throat. They should have run it right down their fucking throats. They should have done because they did it all year to everybody else.
Maybe Harbaugh should have criticized himself and said,
he should have.
Don't criticize him, criticize me.
Well, that would have made more sense, but he did. He just basically said, look, we stand behind him. Like, what about you, asshole? I was the only one saying, you're the fucking donkey who came up with that game plan, not Lamar Jackson. That was you. So, again, no one said that either. Okay, like, fucking please, Lamar Jackson. Why don't we talk about Mr. Harbaugh for a minute? Okay, Mr. I can't get it done as a coach. You want to have home field throughout the playoffs and the best team on the field. Can't get it done. How about that guy?
Where's his brother now?
He's now out in San Diego. Chargers.
That's right.
And that'll be interesting.
He's got what's-his-face?
Hibbert.
That's something to look out for.
Hibbert's going to like playing for him.
Jim Harbaugh?
I always thought he was the better coach. They lost to him in the Super Bowl. Actually, did he beat him? No, he lost him in the Super Bowl.
John beat Jim.
Yeah, but he won the national title at Michigan, and now he's back. And all he's known is success everywhere he's been. He's got a ring. His brother doesn't. So the thing is, his brother hasn't been back. So the point is, look, the thing is this. Actually, his brother does have a ring. But the thing is, look.
Who?
Harbaugh.
Yeah, he beat him for it.
He beat him for it. Yeah.
With Joe Flacco.
He had Flacco. And he had that defense.
That defense.
He did have that defense. So anyway, the bottom line is this. Look, Lamar Jackson is a great player. I think he's a great player. Okay, but this is the thing that's going to haunt him until he does it. What do you think's been happening to Dak Prescott for the past 5 years?
Oh man, he gets it the worst.
He gets it worse. But of course, his teams have been better. He isn't losing because of lack of talent either. The Dallas Cowboys should have won.
That's a tough one to swallow.
From a talent perspective, the Dallas Cowboys should have won a Super Bowl by now. But it's everything around them that's fucking them up, starting with their idiot owner who won't die because he's not going to sell them.
It's crazy what happens to that team in the big moments.
Yeah, because they got the pressure of their own owner weighing down on him. He doesn't realize he's even doing it. He puts more heat on them because he has to have all the attention.
Yeah.
And they don't live up to his expectation.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not wrong to have the expectations. It's nothing to go out there and flaunt it the way he does. Yeah. He's the only owner in sports that does that, by the way. Think about it. You name another owner who acts like this right now.
Yeah, not right now. I mean, Steinbrenner used to be notorious.
Steinbrenner used to be, but he would buy it. But this is like Derek Jeter and those boys could back it up. Those guys were mentally tough.
I'm talking about, but you know, Steinbrenner was
just like this. Yeah,
he would call you out in the press and be like,
he would.
Yeah, he wasn't as loving. Jerry Jones is very. Like
he's more loving.
Always talking highly of his players.
No, he does. He loves his players. And that's not my point. That's fine. I love that about him.
Yeah.
But it's Jerry's world.
Right.
It's Jerry's world. I don't care what the name says in the Marquis Stadium. It's Jerry's world. Mm-hmm. It is. So, and until he steps back and takes some of the heat off his players, they're going to continue to poop themselves.
Dude, but his sons, and maybe it's not his sons. I know they're in positions, but the people running that front office, they know how to get players.
They are as good a roster, top to bottom, as there is, and have been.
That team drafts.
Very well.
Really, I mean,
very anti-Belichick.
Yeah, really, yes.
Anti-Belichick.
Talent all over the place. Yep. Dallas has.
All over the place.
All over the place.
It's like they should have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they really should have.
They should have, from a talent perspective.
And they've made good moves in free agency, too.
They have not missed in terms of personnel. Whether it's their coaching or it's their owner, one of those two things, if not both, has derailed them.
Yeah.
So, and they're both still there. So what changes? Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, nothing. They still can't beat San Fran.
Where did they get
they
to
still
last
can't.
year?
They can't beat Detroit.
Where'd they get to last year?
They lost to Detroit. I'm sorry, no, they lost to the Rams. No, I'm sorry, the Packers. The Packers went into Dallas and whipped their ass.
Was that Wild Card Weekend?
Yeah.
They pop.
Pistol whipped them. Fucking Dallas scored late to make it look competitive, but they were blown out in that game so bad, so fast.
What's Love's first name? It's not Jacob, is it?
It's I forget.
It's Love, right?
It is Love is his last name.
Jordan Love.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, they're not better than them. They're not better than Detroit. They're not better than San Fran. I don't know.
But I think that was more of a poop your pants moment than it was they have more talent than you.
Tom, how many poop their pants moments have they had? More than the Celtics. They've had more than the Celtics. Think about this for a second. On the diarrhea meter, it's Dallas and everybody else.
Well, Dak has been there for how long?
Dallas is a diarrhea dynasty.
How long has Dak been there? How long has Dak been there?
He's been there 9 years, and they've shit themselves, 8 of them.
You think
There's like 1 year where they really didn't have legit talent.
1 year he was hurt, so you got to take that.
All right, 2 years. Give him 2 years. 1 year.
At least 5 years they've pooped.
They have diarrhea.
Diarrhea Jones.
Diarrhea Jones, the diaper of doom.
The
Diarrhea Jones, as in Jerry Jones, and the diaper of Dallas.
Diarrhea Jerry, the diaper of Dallas.
The diaper of Dallas. There you have it, man. Right there. That's the power of Pipey right there.
When you said the Diarrhea Dynasty,
the Diarrhea Dynasty.
Oh my God,
that is who they are.
It's disgusting, and it's
so
fitting.
It's so true.
It's so fitting.
It's so true. They have shit themselves more time. I swear to God.
I think the Mets are kind of a diarrhea dynasty.
No, they haven't had that kind of talent. Not for that long.
Oh no, definitely not.
No.
But in terms of botch jobs, though,
they have misspent their money. Yeah, but they have
misspent, misdrafted, misdeveloped.
Okay, it's one thing to miss
everything. They've just missed.
It's one thing to do it on that end. That's what usually happens. It's another thing to get all of that right and still fuck it up.
That's true.
That's the Dallas diarrhea dynasty.
That's true. Is there any other diarrhea dynasties that have existed?
Probably the Braves. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Think about all the talent they had, and one. That's all they got was one.
2.
They had 2 in that with that group though.
One with that.
One recently.
No, but honestly, the diarrhea dynasty continues because they always have talent.
Yeah.
Now they don't flash it the way Dallas does.
They routinely
but
have a top 5, top 10 roster.
Yeah,
always, without every year.
And
that's Dallas.
It's replenished through their draft.
That's been Dallas for the last 7, 8 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Literally, they've been a top 5, I'm serious.
Top offense and defense.
They haven't even got to a conference championship game. Like, they keep
that's
crapping
crazy.
themselves in the first or second round. They can't even get to the conference.
Remember in Green Bay when Dak had the catch? What did you think about that? We never talked about that.
When what?
Remember Dak's catch in Green Bay? Not Dak,
Dez Bryant.
As he was falling in. Do you think that was a catch? We never had this conversation.
It's a tough one.
I kind of felt like it was.
I played receiver. I know how hard it is to hold on to a ball or to maintain it through the hit and bounce off the ground. And he's trying to do it in the wintertime when the ground is hard as a rock on top of it. It's one thing when the ground is soft. Another thing when it's the middle of December. And you're falling onto like a block of ice.
Was he reaching for the line?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. As he was coming down, he was doing it. So his feet or his body hadn't quite hit the ground yet, and he was extending up before he actually... This is the thing. The question is, did he secure it before he did that or not? This is what I don't know. And I've looked at that replay. I've seen every angle he's seen. To me, it's a judgment call. It can go either way. I see both sides of it. I'm not saying it's not a catch, but I understand why they say it's not a catch. But if they said it was a catch, I wouldn't have been surprised.
You're really taking an I don't disagree side on this
I've played. I'm telling you, I honestly don't know.
Sure.
Because, again, he's trying to do it as he's in the air. Like normally,
so it almost doesn't even look intentional? Is that what you're saying?
I think he was intentionally doing it, but he hadn't quite secured the ball yet when he was doing it. He was going on the assumption, I'm going to secure it, and then he hits the ground, the thing comes out. Now, the ground can't cause the fumble, but they're trying to figure out if he established possession. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And you can look at that, I'm telling you, you can look at that thing from a million angles, and it's 50-50. I can see both sides of it. I really could. I don't normally sit on the fence on these things. I honestly don't know the answer to that question. And I've seen that replay a million times, too. And I see why he's mad. I totally get it. He's not wrong to be mad. But I see why they say they go the other way. Because I'm telling you.
So you've seen it a million times. What's 1,000,001?
Why? I want to talk about my asshole Patriots.
I know. We have gotten quite the derailing here.
We have. Well, we're talking football. Yeah. But the thing is, he's going to go right to the freaking... Oh, my God.
Was this it?
I have no idea. That was Romo.
Come on.
That's Romo, by the way, not Dak.
Oh, Jesus. I thought that was Dak.
Romo.
So this was more than 10 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
See, so the diarrhea dynasty just continues.
See, right? See how he...
Oh, man. It's
so
tough
close.
not to give him a catch.
It's so close. You got to look at it from the end zone camera. So they call it a touchdown and overturn it?
I don't know. I guess. Okay.
See, right there he bobbles it, and does he have it through the... See, right
I think he's got that. Oh, man, that's a catch. That is a fucking catch. I think he secured it on his chest like that.
Can't tell because when he hits the ground, you've got to secure it through the hit.
But he lands both feet and he leans forward.
I know
that's a football move.
I know it's a football move, but you've got to maintain the catch.
So watch, 1 foot, 2 foot, and then he leans forward. No,
and he loses it again. It's so. So you can't see right there if he gets it or not. See, it's like then he bobbles it again. Maintain control throughout the play. That's the call. And if that's the question, no, he did not maintain. He bobbled it twice. Now, whether or not it hits the ground or not is the other question. Does it hit the ground? That's the other thing. Because I was looking for, well, did it hit the ground underneath him when he hit? That's what I can't see. From that angle, I can't tell if it hits the ground or not. That's why I don't know.
I think the ball hit the ground.
If it did, then it's not a catch.
Yeah.
Because he's got.
I just thought he went like this.
Initially?
He initially bobbled.
Yeah. He bobbles it first.
It on his chest.
And then when he comes
1, 2, 2.5 steps, and he leans with it.
But again, you don't know when he hits the ground, he's leaning with it, if the ball comes out there. That's the thing.
But here's my thing: 2.5 steps and a football play, right?
That's if
means
he
has control.
And again, I don't know. I don't know if he trapped it or had it secure or not.
Oh, you don't feel like it
I don't think he had it right there. So, and again.
See, I'm giving him that benefit.
And I'm not saying he didn't have it. I don't know. It's like, I see both sides of it. Des Bryant has a gripe. I've said that forever. But I see why the refs call it. So, and again.
But yeah, the diarrhea dynasty goes back to Romo.
The problem is when they called that at game speed. It's a bang play. So what you have to have is enough evidence to overturn it. That's
if
the
they had
problem.
called that a catch, they couldn't have overturned it.
They couldn't have
right?
overturned it. It was originally called an incompletion. So they
Actually,
had
no.
Actually,
it was called a catch.
So yeah,
so they overturned it.
They overturned it.
Which I don't know that I agree with.
Again, I don't know that I agree with it either, but I see why they did it. So was I upset about it? I hate the Cowboys. No. Because I was quite happy. The point is, which leads us to, speaking of diarrhea, the team up in Foxborough in the Commonwealth. You know, I've been saying this since before the draft that there was a short thing in this draft, and it wasn't Drake May. Okay, it was Marvin Harrison Jr. And I get the whole you need a quarterback thing, but you already fucked this up once going this way. Okay, you fucked up Mac Jones because you drafted him first. He actually makes the Pro Bowl as a rookie, and then you fucking destroy him. Now, yes, that idiot is gone, and his ego with him. But whoever the quarterback was, there's still no viable weapons on this team beyond Pop Douglas, who's at best a 3. At best, he's a 3. Okay? But the problem is this. You could have had Marvin Harrison Jr., who was the one sure thing in the draft, and then you could have traded for Brandon Ayuk for a first-round pick. You offered a second-round pick for Ayuk. That was fucking dumb. And then you draft Drake May, who has maybe a bottom 3 offensive line, no number 1 target, and a rookie head coach. Is this set up for success, America? Is this what we consider success?
Strong defense, though.
What the fuck does that? They had a strong defense last year. They lost 8 games by less than a touchdown, but that's all Mac Jones' fault. No, it's not. It never was. Okay? That's called your donkey fucking former GM head coach didn't get the weapons he needed to score that 1 touchdown a game, which could have made him 9-8 or 10-7 in the playoffs. That's how fucking stubborn that donkey was, and that's why he's now unemployed. And that's why nobody hired him, by the way. But I digress, because that is all true.
Come on, you already made peace with him.
No, I haven't made peace with him.
Yes, you have.
No, I have not. Because
don't you remember that episode?
No, I forget it already.
Oh, man, you gave him his flowers.
He had a moment. The moment's over.
Jeez,
okay, now it's back to reality. My fucking team has been set back a decade because of that asshole, and I don't like it. And Tom Brady went and got a ring somewhere else, and he didn't make up for it, and I don't like it. And he never made up for the Malcolm Butler fuck up, so no, I don't like it, Tom.
There's still aftershocks of the Matt Patricia, Judge
Matt
signing.
Patricia.
There is.
This is on par with
aftershocks.
That is as bad a move as the Babe Ruth trade.
Yeah.
It destroyed a dynasty. It just destroyed it. Fucking blew it out of the water. They fucking Hiroshima its ass.
Well,
Mushroom cloud.
hang
Boom.
on a second.
Fucking
I don't
awful.
know that you could say Mac Jones would have had a dynasty.
Mac
but
Jones,
it was the last nail in the coffin of the early.
They made the
one.
playoffs, and he was run up for Rookie of the Year and made the Pro Bowl.
So you think
they
he
were
was on
set
his
up,
way to being Tom Brady?
I don't know what he was on his way to being, but I know he wouldn't have been this if those assholes had just got him some weapons. You name me one team in this league that, in this day and age, that doesn't keep the quarterback's number 1 target. Not name the New England Patriots.
The Giants.
Who's his number 1 target? And was he on
Saquon Barkley.
No, that's a running back. What about a receiver?
He's their number 1 target.
Well, he's a running back. I get why the running back thing happens.
It's not that they didn't keep his number 1; they just didn't get him a number 1.
They didn't get him one either. But the thing is, the Patriots, he had a guy who was good and reliable, and they didn't pay him $11 million. It wasn't even a lot of money.
And they paid another guy
with the same amount, with a bad knee, with a bum knee, the same amount of money.
And it's not like his profile was better than the other guys.
Not really.
Profile.
I mean, he had better seasons, but he had a better quarterback around him too. You know, he had Patrick Mahomes for a couple of years. I mean, give me a break. That's not fair. Tom Brady's gone. Ain't that dude. But the thing is, again, and they expected him to beat Tom Brady. That was the other problem. That was not fair to anybody. You can't. There's never going to be another Tom Brady. Yeah. He is one of fucking one. It's that simple. He's Babe Ruth. He's Michael Jordan. That's what he is. Okay? He's Bird. He's Magic. That's what he fucking is. He's fucking he's Montana. I mean, just.
I hope you didn't see that top 100 athletes on ESPN.
Brady finished 5th. The ultimate team sport, and that guy finishes 5th. The hardest sport to win in as a team sport, and he finished with 7 rings. He finishes 5th. Like, are you people idiots? I mean,
I saw that. They were like, "Who's the all-time GOAT?" And I'm like, "All right, it's got to be Brady."
Well, the problem is everybody in front of him. It's an individual sport. They don't have to rely on anybody else.
Well, they had soccer players above him.
Oh, Messi? Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Messi and Ronaldo?
That's fucking ridiculous. No fucking way is he better for soccer than Brady. Brady's the greatest football player ever, hands down. Yeah. I don't know about that about Messi. He's great, but he ain't that he ain't Tom Brady great. No fucking way. Tom Brady went to 10 fucking Super Bowls.
I don't know how many championships.
Do you know what the record was before that? 5. He fucking doubled that.
Yeah, that's true.
You kidding me? He lost 2 on the last possession to his team, and then he lost 1 on a strip sack when his left tackle got beat, and he threw for 505 yards, and his fucking coach sabotaged him by benching his Pro Bowl cornerback. That's how he lost the 3 that he lost. Are you fucking kidding me? One ball glued itself to a helmet. Another fucking guy fucking tiptoes the side. Wes Welker drops a pass that hits him in the hands. Like, give me a fucking break. Look at the ways he lost.
The other way he lost, he threw for 500 yards.
505 yards, and his fucking asshole head coach benches Malcolm Butler to make a point. For fucking Matt Patricia. I'm telling you, Babe Ruth shit. Matt Patricia that's Babe Ruth shit.
Aftershocks all over. I have to pee.
He has to pee.
I'll be back.
He has to pee. While he's peeing, the Patriots may have done it again because they could have had the best receiving core in the AFC on paper, and instead it's Pop Douglas and a bunch of who's and what's and where's and what. Now, again, we don't know what the talent level of this class. I reserve the right to judge because I haven't seen them do anything yet. But is there a name in that receiving core that blows your skirt up, America? No. Just no. Whereas Marvin Harrison Jr. was instant popcorn, get your popcorn ready, and Brandon Ayuk, now you've got the best 1-2, and now you've got Pop Douglas playing natural position in the slot like a Troy Brown or a Wes Welker or a Edelman like that because he can do that. Now you've got something. I don't care who the fucking quarterback is. Jacoby Brissett, okay, has proven to be a solid player. He's never had talent like he could have had here. And he's only 31 years old. He's proven. He's been around this league 9 years. He's proven he can win if you put talent around him. Go look at his record. Go look at his numbers. He's got a better than 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. And he's never had talent like what he could have had here if these donkeys had just drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. But no. This kid better. I'll tell you now, I feel bad for this fucking Drake May better be the white Patrick Mahomes. He better be the white fucking Patrick Mahomes because if he is not, this is going to set them back another decade. And I can't believe.
Look, if you guys get 10 years of shit, just deal with it.
When you
got 20 years of bliss.
No, it shouldn't have ended. It ended because of dumb decision making, not because of decline in players. It was dumb decision making by the one guy that's supposed to know it all. And then what happens? They rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak, and then instead of doing it's a passing league, wide receivers are at a premium. You've got a fucking walking Hall of Famer talent-wise sitting there right there for you, and you draft Drake fucking May? Because he's mobile? Michael Vick was mobile. How many championships does he have? 0. Randall Cunningham, 0.
They're saying that's why they drafted him?
In this day and age, you need a mobile quarterback who can extend plays. And then while I don't disagree with that, he wasn't the only option. And he wouldn't have been going forward. You know who's coming out next year? How about fucking Dion's son?
Shador?
After next year, he's eligible.
I'd like to see him. You like Shador?
I'd like to see him with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Brandon Ayuk in 2 years, and Pop Douglas in the slot.
And a decent O-line.
Because they have time to build up the O-line. I'd like to see that scenario play out because that could have happened, but it's not going to now.
Yeah. Maybe this year's a little tough as you get through it. But
look, I'm not saying Drake May isn't going to be great. He might be. And again, Dayball does know quarterback, so when he gets excited about him, all right, that's something to make note of because he was right about fucking what's his nuts up there in Buffalo. So, and again, he was on the staff when Brady was here. He's seen greatness. Okay, he's seen it up close. So
I think he's a coordinator for Favre too on the Jets.
Yeah, from an offensive standpoint, he gets it. So when he says that kid, all right, maybe he's got onto something. I don't know. But I know this. You're only as good as the weapons around you. And I don't know who his weapons are right now, beyond Pop Douglas, who gets hurt all the time. Okay? and Travis and
Papa ligament.
Yeah. So
what's his last name? Pop what?
Pop Douglas.
Papa ligament Douglas. Yeah.
So
you like him though.
I do like him. But I would love to see him next to 2 players like that.
He can't be your one, though.
I don't think he can. Well, one, he's not durable. Okay?
Yeah, that
Even
hurts.
when Edelman was the Pats' one, there was a guy named Gronk running around out there with him. They were actually a 1 and 1A. It was really Gronk. But, so, you don't have that guy.
Yeah.
And Marvin Harrison was that guy. So I don't understand this. That guy's as hard to find as a quarterback if you think about it.
Yeah.
He really is. And he was sitting right in your lap.
Well, he has been for the Patriots. The number 1 receiver.
I'm saying. They haven't drafted a receiver once since Irving Fryer.
Yeah.
1984, by the way, they went to the Super Bowl a year later. So, because they had Stanley Morgan already there, who was a Hall of Famer. They gave him 2 1s, and even Tony Easton, that pussy, could get him to a Super Bowl because he had those kind of weapons. So Mac Jones never had anything that good, and right now Drake May doesn't have anything like that either. So if they're going to sit him for a year to develop this line and figure out what they have with the receivers, fine. But they had a Hall of Famer sitting there looking at him, and there are quarterbacks to be had in the coming years, like Deion's kid among them, who's been working with Tom Brady, by the way. So what do I know? In any event, that's my take on the Patriots right now. Dropped the ball already. They might still get Ayuk, but it's going to take a first-round pick, and they're already up there. These donkeys up there who've never built anything but a case of hemorrhoids is talking about, fucking, oh, I wouldn't give up that first-round pick next year for him. Yeah, you would. If you had Marvin Harrison Jr., you would. You certainly would, because your receiving core is set for the next 6-7 years. Now it's just find a quarterback, and there are quarterbacks to be found. And by the way, with 2 guys like that, they can make an average quarterback look good. They can. So I don't know if you've got anything to add on the Giants since we last talked, but everybody's back now. The countdown has begun. But I'm not ready for 60 days of how great the Kansas City Chiefs are. I'm going to fucking throw up my mouth if I hear any more of that crap. I'm just sick of it. It's bad enough. You got to see fucking Kelsey dancing around with Taylor Swift everywhere he goes. And now that it's like we got no off season from the Chiefs.
Because I haven't seen any of that stuff.
I've seen. Oh, it's on the. If you have Yahoo or you have CNN, there's a fucking section on those two every fucking day.
Yahoo.
Well, just pick one. They're on every fucking thing. There's a section on the two of them.
I look at sports.
It's like, ugh.
I mean, in terms of the Giants, I'm starting to get really down on the possibilities of this team.
I can see why.
Because every time you look at like a prediction or, where they set the over-under in Vegas, shit like that, it's like,
they have the Giants.
Nice projections are 6 wins.
Yeah, the one I saw today.
The kindest projections, 6 wins.
The one I saw today, which was Yahoo Sports, was the Giants were 4-13, the Pats were 3-14.
Yeah. And the Jets won the Super Bowl.
The Jets are 12-5.
Right, and they win the Super Bowl.
The Jets aren't going to be.
So when I looked up and saw that, I said, "Well, this doesn't mean a goddamn thing."
No.
But it tells me I need to like prepare myself.
Prepare myself. I'll tell you what, though. You know what's going to be great this year for us?
What?
College football.
Yes.
The fucking 12.
Is that what we should lean on?
Yes, the 12-team playoff this year. Every game.
Yes.
This is going to be. This is the wet dream of every football fan. Come true. For
so
decades, I've been
Sundays, Saturdays because
yeah.
Typically Sunday. Like I know you watch college,
of course I do,
but not the way we watch NFL. Like Sunday.
I do. You guys you don't talk about it. You guys don't watch it.
So you watch Saturday the way you do Sunday?
Yes, I do.
Oh, it doesn't feel like it.
No, because you're not with me.
Yeah.
You don't watch it. Neither does Creek. Creek goes into his cubby and watches Ohio State and closes himself off. If they win, he'll come out and have a beer. And if he loses, he's on suicide watch for 40 hours.
Brian likes it.
Brian likes it. He'll put the games on. I love Saturday night in his garage.
It just didn't. I guess it never felt like Friday. I mean, I'm sorry.
Sunday.
Never felt like Sunday.
No, because you don't have a horse in the race.
Yeah.
But now you do.
Who do I have?
Either Florida, who could be in the playoff, or Dion.
I don't give a shit about Florida.
Why? They're orange and blue.
I know they got the Mets colors, but I don't give a fuck.
The quarterback you liked, too, for them, who's now playing for the Colts. You liked him,
15.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
He's not there anymore.
Why, where is he?
He's in Indy.
Yeah, but he's playing for. He had a good rookie year until he got hurt. He looked like the real deal until he got hurt.
But he's in the NFL now.
I know. But he just left Florida.
Yeah, but so he's gone.
Dude, Florida's in the best conference in America. Every game in the SEC.
Right, but they're not my team. You can't just, root for Georgia.
We were trying to get you a team, and we liked Florida.
I know, it didn't work out.
They haven't played.
No, this was before last season we said Florida.
They won 8 games.
But I didn't follow them. It didn't work. I was more closely aligned with Colorado.
With a 4-8 team.
Well, when they were getting their 4. You were right there, bitch. Don't act like that.
Colorado has never been my team. Notre Dame has always been my team.
I didn't mean your team. But you were interested. We were talking about
There's nothing.
We loved it.
I didn't say you couldn't be interested in Colorado.
I was into that.
I'm saying Florida was a good team. In the best conference in football. And now there's a playoff.
It didn't draw me in. I'm sorry.
You didn't
I didn't prioritize watching it.
Anyway.
What?
ultimate front runner, this guy. Oh, look, Dion looks good.
I would have been it would have been a worse front runner if I stayed with Florida.
Oh, the next thing, but hey, that LeBron kid looks pretty interesting.
Well, what are you gonna?
I'm simply
you just
saying
said yourself that
there's
you would stop watching NFL to watch.
There's a pattern,
college.
America. There's a pattern. That's all I'm saying.
That's
I'm not
bullshit.
saying he's guilty.
That's bullshit.
I'm just
That's
saying there's a
bullshit.
pattern.
That's absolute bullshit.
Goes back 20 years.
You don't see me. You don't see me wearing LeBron jerseys.
I didn't say it was true.
You don't see me wearing LeBron jerseys.
I didn't say it was
do you?
true. I just said.
I'm asking you a question.
I just said there was a pattern.
I'm asking you a question.
You don't have Dion jerseys either, though.
Right.
But you're following them. Really.
They're not my real teams. I'm not hanging posters of Dion.
No, but you're carrying a torch for him.
Where?
Torch is a metaphor. To actually have one lit right in your hand.
I don't see it.
So.
Carrying a torch.
Oh,
Get the fuck out of here.
I can see America.
I'm such a front runner. I'm a Mets fan.
By the way, he'd have his torch for LeBron, but LeBron's going to be carrying it to the opening ceremonies in Paris.
That is not that funny.
I'm sorry.
That is not
He'd
that
have his
funny.
torch for LeBron, but there. I got to give this back to Tom Izzo. He's here to get on the podium.
But he's going to win his third gold medal.
Oh, I don't know. Well, is he? They better
hope
change
so.
that lineup. Remember, he won a bronze with Tim.
I hope so.
He had Tim Duncan and won a bronze on a team.
He had Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he was on that team with him.
He was the youngest person on that fucking team. Tim Duncan had him and won a bronze medal. That's what you should be saying.
He was considered the.
That's horseshit.
He was the chosen one.
We already looked at his minutes.
And he was chosen, all right, to choke.
He got like less than 10% of the minutes.
He was the chosen one to choke. Again, he's choked in more big ones. And all they're doing is singing his praises.
That is the biggest lie you tell.
South Sudan. They're a 43-point favorite. They win by 1.
Jason Tatum did nothing.
Didn't play.
Did absolutely nothing.
It's tough to do something
he
when
didn't play.
play.
That's how much LeBron played with the Tim Duncan squad.
Bullshit. He played more minutes than Tatum.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he did.
We already looked this up. I
Tatum,
proved it to
Tatum's
you.
minutes in this Olympics. We don't know what he's playing yet.
You just said he played 14 minutes the other night.
In one
LeBron
game.
was not playing 14 minutes a night.
He played 14 minutes in a game before, though. In the Olympics, yeah, he did.
No, in that season, he was not playing 14 minutes a night.
I'm saying he had games where he played more than that and games where he played less than
I don't think so.
You don't think he had a game where he played
No.
more than 14?
We looked this up
You
already.
think there wasn't one game where he played more than 14 minutes?
Maybe one. Let me see. No, we already looked this up.
Maybe a blowout.
Maybe 1.5.
Put him in garbage time, too. Oh, good God. Anyway, we're trying to...
What year was that?
Oh, I don't know. 04?
06?
No, 04, I think. Because 08 was the Redeem team. It was 04. He was like in his second year, I think.
That was funny.
It was funny.
Like, you don't think he had a single game?
And you're like, no, he hasn't.
Well, maybe.
yeah, perhaps one. Maybe two.
Every game. Just every game he played.
The
20
average is
minutes.
17 minutes a game.
Well, he was at 20 minutes a game.
I don't know, Tom.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Probably. No.
I just got to find this shit. And even if I find it, I'm going to lie.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Damn it. I
hard
can't
to
find
find
minutes. Oh, minutes.
Yeah, average. Yeah. Do they
Okay,
they show total
so
games?
so it's actually closer to what I thought, but it is what you said.
What did he average?
So 13, 11.
Yeah.
Okay, so under 14.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah.
But then 7, 3, and 7. So he didn't play a lot.
Well, they're not playing Tatum a lot either.
Right, but if
They
you're
should
gonna,
be.
but if this team chokes, you wouldn't blame Tatum, right? So if that team choked, you can't blame.
I don't
LeBron.
know.
That's
Well,
all
it
I'm
depends on
saying.
if Tatum plays or not. I don't know. If he has a 27-minute
I'm saying-
game and they lose, I'm going to blame Tatum.
Sure, sure, but what if they won that game?
Again, they could have. Again, that team won bronze. They must have lost a couple of games. They lost a couple games in there. They finished third, not second, so they didn't even get to the gold medal game. So I don't know. But again, that they had. I mean, look, I'm not.
Yeah, he had 11 points in that game.
And he was young. Look, to be fair.
So that was.
But I'm just saying that LeBron.
Yeah, they won that game by 36.
36 points.
The game that he played the most minutes.
36. Maybe it was coaching. Who was it? Well, I don't know who the opponent was either. But
well, that was Angola.
Oh, they stink. They stink. They're terrible.
LeBron was Larry Bird against Angola.
Dude, do you know that the United States beat them by 80? When the dream team beat that team by 80?
It's not the same team.
I know, but it's the same country.
Yeah, but dude,
they stunk.
You have to admit that the internationally the way they play, they're much better.
They're better.
Yeah,
but we've gotten worse.
It's not what Angola was.
But we've gotten worse.
Sure.
We haven't gotten better.
Sure,
We've gotten fundamentally, and every coach that knows the game says it. This team doesn't prepare. Yeah. These kids don't play or are coached the way they were back then. It's all they play. Again, they said it, and Ariema brought it up. AAU teams now, they play 5 games, they practice once. Over in Europe, they practice 5 times, they play twice. So they're getting more fundamentals, positionless basketball. They teach the bigs to play on the perimeter. They teach the guards to post up. Everybody's got a mid-range game. Everybody can shoot the 3. They're coached better. They just are. And that's what's frustrating about it. That's why I laugh when people say this generation's better. Like, no, it isn't. These guys are terrible.
I might be wrong.
Jaylen Brown was in the finals MVP, and he was a 2-guard, and he was 70% from the foul line. That's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. How does a finals MVP who's a shooting guard, a 70% shooter from the foul line? That's fucking absolutely ridiculous. The world is upside down. Okay? That's unheard of. It's unheard of. So
what are you saying?
I'm saying fundamentally these kids stink, and Jaylen Brown's an example of it.
Oh, Jaylen Brown.
Okay, as talented as he is,
I don't know what you're talking about.
And he's worked on his left hand, but he didn't have that 2 years ago. So he's worked on his left hand. Now he's got to work on his foul shooting. But if that kid was just an 80% foul shooter, he could average 30 a game. But he didn't work at it. So, and it shows. Because actually he was better 2 years ago. He was 76% 2 years ago. He was 70% last year. Explain that to me. That's fucking ridiculous. That's hard to do when you're a shooting guard. That's hard to do. Okay? So right now, Robert Parrish, who's a center, has a higher career free throw percentage than Jaylen Brown. And he's a Hall of Famer, but he's still a fucking center. All right? So.
Quick update.
On.
Red Sox Rockies is tied at 7 in the bottom of the 10th.
Good. Geez. It's going to be the second extra innings game they lose?
Jeez.
On this trip?
No, they're actually in position to win this one.
Oh, blow it.
Well, they just went up 2 in the top of the 10th, 7-5, and they gave up 2 in the bottom of the 10th. They gave up 2 in the bottom of the 10th. Yeah, they'll blow it. But if they can hold it here, now they start another inning with the ghost runner, and if they can jump on
They're
him.
Dante Hicks from fucking, what do you call it? Clerks. Can't close. and it was fucking his buddy there. But what's he call him there? Fucking his buddy from next door kept trying to get fired. Fucking video store clerk. What was his name? I forget his name, but he's a donkey. He just fucking. He's like, and he's always got. He's like, he's secretly intelligent, but he just doesn't give a shit. He's too busy, fucking off. But he like Dante's like his best friend, but he's just constantly dropping these nuggets of wisdom, and he can't even fucking keep the video store open. So, yeah, man. And one of the lines was, "You can't close, Dante." You can't close. And just like the Red Sox, they can't close. So, we'll see what happens. Did the Mets win? They won, right? Yes, that's over.
Yeah, the Mets won 6-4.
What did KC do tonight?
They won.
Of course they did.
There was actually like a fight because Bobby Witt Jr., their stud, shortstop, young guy, he was like a single away from the cycle coming up, and they hit him. So then the Royals got out there and they hit one of their guys, and then the D-backs coach got tossed. It was 10-4 drubbing. The Royals are now 11 games over 500.
Yep.
Been a minute since we've seen that.
Yeah. So, but the Red Sox were in the 11th inning. 11th inning. And it's 7-7, so it's a touchdown apiece. And
could be going into the 12th.
Who's up? The Rockies are up with a chance to win it.
Oh, they just got out of the 10th. So the Rockies came up in the bottom of the 10th.
Tied it.
They were down 2. They tied it. Boston got out of it. Now you go to the top of the 11th. You'll start with a base runner. I like your chances there.
I don't. They did this against the Dodgers. They got the lead. The Dodgers came back and took it from them and then won. Same fucking thing happened a couple against the Dodgers after Kenley Jansen blew the set. So we'll see. Hopefully they win it, because otherwise it's a 4-game losing streak out of the break. There'll be 2 games out of the final walk spot. That would be bad. So
they brought in, who did they bring in? Who was pitching when that happened?
Don't know. We just don't know, but we're not going to be on the air for this because it's late and I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
And but we'll be back on Wednesday night or Thursday night this week. We will be talking about because the Olympics start Friday.
Should we try to do one of the Met Yankee games or no?
What nights are they on?
Tomorrow and Wednesday.
Wednesday night. Boom. We will be streaming live Wednesday night here.
I don't know. There might be a soccer game. The girls might have a soccer game.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. We may not be live Wednesday
Yeah.
night.
We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Damn girls indoor summer soccer crap.
It was fun though.
Sure it was. But in any event, we'll see you Wednesday one way or the other. Whether it's early, watch the game, or later. But until then, for the Redoubtable One, Thomas J. Question One, you guys know the drill. Tipping back Tuesday, we will see you a week Wednesday. Until then, boys and girls.
So tomorrow the Mets are on TBS. And on Wednesday.